Okay, the Detroit Lions are looking in a really, really unique place, and they're doing everything they can to try and find a future pass rusher for this team, or maybe even an immediate pass rusher for this team. And they are not going to the normal free agent pool. They're not trying to steal off another team's practice squad. Instead, they brought in a guy from the Canadian Football League for a workout. Now, they have yet to sign him as of recording this video Thursday morning. I got to go to work. Otherwise, I would record it later and let you know if they signed him today. But this is a very unique signing of a guy that might actually have some potential upside. So in this video, I'm going to show you that he actually is a good athlete. I'm going to give you his playing career and talk to you about, like, does this actually make sense for the Detroit Lions as they go down that stretch run here for the playoffs and into the playoffs? Does it make sense, and what this might be hinting toward with James Houston? So let's not mess around. So who is this guy? Like, who is Mathieu Betts? And for this, believe it or not, like, I had to go deep. And look at how deep I had to go. I had to go to Wikipedia. All right. So this guy played his college ball, his university ball, and U Sports, which is really, honestly, like the Canadian College Football League. All right. He was the nation leading 12 sack getter his freshman year. He won most outstanding down lineman at season's end. He's won a Veneer Cup. He's won 2 Veneer Cups. Everything he did was unbelievable. Maybe even 3 Veneer Cups. But anyways, it is kind of nuts to watch what he did. Then in 2019, he was the top available prospect in the CFL draft. But he also was invited to play in the East-West Shrine game. One of 2 U Sports players that were invited to do that. So they saw talent in him. The Bears, he signed with the Bears in 2019. Ended up being let go after signing a 3-year contract. He was on the roster for about 4 months, and he made it till final cuts with that team. Now, as of the most recent season, all right, Betts had 18 sacks in the Canadian Football League this year, which led all players. I actually watched some highlights just now. Let me just say this about Mathieu Betts. I think that he's mostly a kind of speed rusher, but he got in through the inside like crazy too. Now, here's what I'm going to do that I don't think you'd honestly see anywhere else. You know how we feel on this channel about RAS, relative athletic score. Well, guess what? Our buddy Kentley Platt, I say buddy, never met him in my life. He actually has a relative athletic score because there are testing that was done for him. He was part of a UDFA 2019 class. So here's what you're looking for. First off, he comes out with a 7.86 grade. That's actually not that bad. It's not good, but here's what you look for when you're looking at defensive ends. How are they in short space? What does their speed look like? You do want to know that. And basically, what can they bench? I mean, like, that's kind of what you're looking for. Here's what I don't care about. I don't care about their vertical. I don't care about their broad jump that much. All right. I don't necessarily care about their height, to be honest. You do want good arm length. Okay. That does matter. And his is a little short. But the things that are the most important, does he have strength? All right. It was okay. His strength was okay. What does his speed look like? His speed was great. He ran in green, which is top tier, all right, basically top 10, 15%, all right, for both a 40 and 40-yard dash and 20-yard split. He was also good for the 10-yard split. But then this is what I look for, his agility. His agility. He was elite in agility. So what that tells me, the short shuttle, the 3-cone. Remember, that's when Aiden Hutchinson kind of separated himself and made everybody realize, oh, this is an athlete. Because of his short shuttle, tough word to say. Say that 3 times fast. Short shuttle, short shuttle, short shuttle. I almost swore on this show just doing that. But anyways, the 3-cone drill and the short shuttle are what made Aiden Hutchinson. Everybody was like, oh, this guy's going to be great. This dude put out a good one there too. The question is, can he adjust to the NFL game? What does that look like? Does he have the ability after just playing against subpar competition? Now, the Canadian Football League, I mean, that's better than college football, but the offensive linemen are not, because in college football, you're going against guys that some of them are elite and some of them are absolutely not. Whereas in Canadian football, you're going against guys who simply are not elite offensive athletes, offensive linemen. Some of them are very good. They're just hidden and they've chosen to play there. I understand that. But that's kind of the big difference here. But they also, and a couple of other things, I want to look at our roster, and I want to look at our depth chart just a little bit and let you know on this, and then I'm going to get into the 2 cornerbacks that we worked out too. Aiden Hutchinson has a PFF grade of 90, a pass rush PFF grade. Nobody else on the team is over 65. The next highest player is James Houston, right, who's only had 14 pass rush attempts. Right after him, the next highest player is Bruce Irvin at 63.8. This is not good. All right, Romeo Okwara is 61.9. Okwara's playing well, but that's almost all run defense. All right, Josh Paschal, 56. Actually, I lied. Julian Okwara is 66, but he's not getting a lot of opportunities either. All right, Charles Harris, 54.3. What a disappointment with all the nice ways coaches were talking about him in practice. Derek Barnes, 61.9. Nobody else is getting to the quarterback. Nobody. And so I think we need to understand that, like, at this point, anything's worth a shot. But them working out Mathieu Betts, my question is, do they believe that James Houston is coming back? Because they're working out this guy. Maybe they can store him on the practice squad. Like, may as well. Like, bring him on the practice squad, see if he's good enough for like a late season push. But honestly, at this point, I think it's just too late. But this is the kind of thing that I love about Brad Holmes. The fact that he's willing to bring in a guy like this for a tryout. Like, how smart is that? Like, why not? Let's see what we got in a guy. Let's see what we got in him. Let's just get him worked out. Let's see if his athleticism pops in person like it does on tape, because you never know what's going to happen. We also worked out 2 corners. We worked out 2 corners, which is a decent idea. Thomas Graham and Jace Whitaker. So they have not signed any of them yet, but I think the 2 corners that we worked out are coming off the fact that Jerry Jacobs has a hamstring injury, and he hurt it like 4 days ago. So if you don't have Jerry Jacobs in the game, and I know what you're thinking, like, what are you talking about? He's not playing. Yeah, he's not playing, but he's a great special teams player. Like, he's at least good special teams player. So could we be bringing in one of those guys because they are experienced special teams players? Would they be able to get that? So those are just kind of some things to consider as you look at. We brought in some very unique talent from the Canadian Football League. And does anything happen? I don't know. But at least Brad Holmes is looking everywhere for filling in the one very weak, glaring need on this team. Well, maybe one of 2, because second corner's in there too. All right. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.